Hi, my name is Megan, and today I will be presenting my visual aid speech. Whenever I get asked to share a fun fact about myself, whether it be in school or at work, I always share that my family, my heritage and background is Native American. I think that's pretty cool. And that's what I'm going to be sharing today, talking about the hard work and everything that goes into a powwow and what it is. So a powwow is a gathering of North America's Native people. The word derives from the Narragansett word powwow, which means spiritual leader. A modern powwow is a specific event where both Native American and non-Native American people meet to dance, sing, socialize, and honor the Native American culture. So my heritage comes from the Comanche, Osage, Pawnee, and Sackafox background. They're all southern tribes that originate in Oklahoma right now, and all of the reservations are also in Oklahoma. There are 4 different types of dance clothes and dances for both men and women. For men, you have the fancy dance, which is what my dad does. It is right over here. And fancy dance is more of like a celebration dance. It's something that the Native Americans do. It's a northern type of dance that honors people. And so it's more of like a thank you type of dance. And we also have the Southern Straight, which is what my brother is, right up here, and that's more older. It's the Southern tradition. That's more of what they did back in the older days before the modernization of powwows. You also have grass dance, where they have long, what they call fringe, that can be made out of either ribbon or string. And with grass dance, it's kind of it's a dance for hunting, where they go out and look for berries, rabbits, deer, stuff like that. So grass dance represents hunting. And then they also have northern traditional, which is a lot like southern traditional. The outfits are just a little bit different, but the dance steps are a lot similar. For women, you have fancy shawl, which is one of the dances that I have done in the past and have an outfit for, and that goes with the fancy dance for men, and it simulates butterflies. So when you dance, you twirl and jump around kind of and that is supposed to simulate butterflies flying, and they use very beautiful and vibrant colors. They also have southern buckskin cloth, which is the traditional component to the men's Southern Straight. And this is me and my grandma right here. We are in the traditional Southern cloth outfits, which is much more conservative. The colors aren't quite as bright. And then you also have Northern traditional. And Northern traditional for women is a lot like this. They don't use the bone breastplates. They just have more of a applique pattern, which is a pattern with ribbon and cloth sewn together, and that looks really neat. And then the last but not least, we have jingle dresses for women, and that's a lot of fun. That's another one that I dance. And you take the caps of mason jars and wrap them around so it creates a cone, and then you put those all over the regalia, which means the clothes. That's what they call the dance clothes for Native Americans. So you put that all over the regalia, and when you jump around, it makes a jingle noise. Now, with Native Americans, you call your dance clothes regalia. Not clothes, not outfits. Outfits is actually very offensive. Or costumes. Costumes is very offensive to the Native American people because they're not costumes. It's not something that you dress in every day, and it's not something that you would do for Halloween. So it's not a costume, it's called regalia. Now, when it comes to putting together these regalia pieces, it's a lot of work and a lot of detail, and it's all handmade down to the cloth dresses or the ribbon shirts to the beadwork. Now, I think that Native American beadwork is absolutely beautiful, and it's something that I like to work on in my free time. So first example is going to be beadwork, and you do that with what's called a rosette. We wear lots of rosettes, whether it be in our hair in the form of a hair barrette or on our outfits or around our necks. I wear a rosette necklace for this outfit over here. And the way that you build a rosette is first you take usually like an envelope, a type of cardstock paper, and you cut it out into a circle and draw your design on it, and then you start in the middle and take your beads outwards. So this is my rosette necklace for the outfit that I showed you earlier, my purple necklace. So you just put it around your neck like this. And they're not that easy to make. They're very time consuming, but they look really pretty. Next form of beadwork is the barrettes. And I always wear a barrette in my hair because it's long. So you French braid it and then put a barrette in. And braiding is very common in the Native American culture. So this is one of my barrettes. I would use this for fancy dance or jingle dress because it's very pretty, and it has a lot of detail in it. Now my Comanche outfit uses this type of barrette, which is very simple, but it's still really pretty and has a lot of beadwork that has gone into it, as you can see. For my hair, I use an eagle plume that I stick in the back so it kind of sticks up, and feathers are very special to the Native American people. Use lots and lots of feathers, whether it be for your bustles, like this one over here, or for your hair, like I have over here. An eagle is probably the most sacred animal, sacred bird to the Native Americans. It symbolizes freedom and kind of like a god as it flies through the sky. And so they really respect the eagle, and only Native Americans are allowed to have eagle feathers and wear them. Now, when it comes to other arts and crafts, this is another form of beading, but this is called a breastplate. And these are all bone. They call them hair pipes. They're all made out of bone, whether it be buffalo or something like that. It's usually buffalo. And then we have these little shells on the bottom and the glass beads in the middle. And it's very heavy because it's all made out of bone. Now, another thing that Native Americans do is silverwork. And this is an example of silverwork. There's some more beadwork in here. And so you can kind of see the design. But these are all glass beads as well. And then this is the silverwork. This is my belt. So it's very elaborate. And I also have silverwork in my earrings, which are great because they're very long and dangly, and these are all silver, so these aren't very light either. These are also heavy. So that is everything on how the Native Americans put together their regalia. And it's not just Native Americans that are invited to powwows. The powwows I go to are called intertribal, so everybody can go to them, whether you're American or non-American, but there is a type of etiquette that you have to follow. Like I mentioned earlier, you don't call the dance outfits costumes, you call them regalia. It's your dance regalia. Also, during the grand entry, which is when all of the dancers enter the arbor, you cannot take pictures, and you cannot enter the arbor unless you are in full regalia. And one of the other things is you cannot take a picture of a Native American in their regalia unless you ask them first, and you cannot touch any of the regalia at any time. So my favorite thing about growing up, and my favorite thing about the whole Native American culture, is the powwows, where you come together to sing, eat, dance, socialize, and honor. And this past Labor Day weekend, I went to a powwow, Tecumseh powwow in Tipton, Indiana, where my grandma and I stepped back into the arena for the first time to honor my grandpa. We had a special dance for that because he had passed away in 2011, and for women, you can't dance after someone passes away, a close husband or father figure or grandfather passes away, for a year. So we waited a year, and then we made our grand entry this past Labor Day, so that was pretty special. And now I'm just going to show you some of the pictures, and I hope that you guys enjoy them and have learned a little bit about the artwork and effort that it takes to go into a Native American outfit. So this little pin, you get pins at almost all powwows, and this is a Secaucus Memorial Day pin. Secaucus Lodge is something that my dad helped found, my dad and my grandpa, to help non-Native Americans learn the culture and how to do it correctly. And my dad drew this little emblem of like all of the little Indians there, so that's pretty cool. Then I'll bring this down so you can get a little bit of a closer look. This is me, my grandma, and my brother, and we are dressed in Southern traditional buckskin cloth, but we're obviously the cloth. And these are our breastplates and our rosettes. This is some silver work, and the silver work is turquoise, and those are some bangles. This is a teepee at the campground, and this is a bustle made out of feathers. This is really vibrant, so it's a lot more modern. This over here is an Indian taco, which is delicious. It's fry bread, which is a traditional Native American recipe. And then here is some more beadwork. Those are leggings for your moccasins, to go over your moccasins. And then this is my dad dancing fancy dance. So he is, he's probably the oldest fancy dance out there at most of these powwows now, because it takes a lot of work and a lot of energy out of you. But anyway, so before you guys judge and make fun of Indians or Native American people, hopefully now you know a little bit more of what they're about and why we do what we do.